All right, so we're in the shop. I know Andreas mentioned the loader. So Christoph took the front end off yesterday, and then he got a quote from Cat on what it would be to rebuild the seals and the bearings, and it's actually quite substantial. A lot more than that we were hoping for. So we're gonna take it apart, see if we can get into it. If we can do it ourselves, that's great. Otherwise, instead of getting it in a whole piece, they're gonna get it in pieces. Less work for them. So we'll at least try to do it ourselves. Maybe it's a bad idea, but we won't know until we try. Exactly. So I'm back working on the loader. I got the front axle split. Looks like there's gonna be maybe I gotta get a flashlight for you. What are you doing up there, baby? You playing with Henry? Yeah. Okay. Deep Squeak is playing with garbage. I don't know if it's garbage, but it's. I know you're not in the dirt. In the dirt. All right, there's a snap-ring way in the back. I guess you can't. The light is fucking it up. So we're gonna try to pull that out, and hopefully it'll split. All right, Evie? Look at how dirty you are. You've been playing in the oil too? No. Your hands? No. Yeah, a little bit. All right, so I got the axle out. It's right here. We found the seal that was bad. Looks like he got chewed up. Pretty good. It's a weird style of seals. It's two big ones like this. I'll show you when we get the new ones. And I'm pulling the race out now. I welded a nut on it, so I didn't have a long enough punch to go all the way through. Welded a couple times on this race, so it shrank it a little bit, and it's coming right out. A couple more banks, and she is out.
Well, I've been in the woods pulling taps all day, so that's why Christoph has been doing the recording today.
Not much, but
he sucks at it, apparently. So you guys probably have the gist of what's going on. The reason we're doing this ourselves, Christoph did mention it.
Yeah, I think Cody did.
Cody did.
Said it was going to be a lot.
It was going to cost $7 grand.
Yeah.
To have. We were going to do all this work, pull the tires off, and bring this axle down like this to Caterpillar, and they were going to charge us $7 grand.
Almost.
Around that, maybe 6,000 something to do.
69 something. So.
Don't forget Uncle Sam.
Yeah.
Was that including the brakes?
No.
Okay, so that wasn't including doing brakes, which we found out we don't need to do. They are fine. We thought they were bad, but they're not now that we tore them out. These suckers are like in amazing condition. So, good thing is, we don't gotta do those. But yeah, they were gonna charge us like 69. I don't know the last two numbers, but they were gonna charge us $6,900 something in that ballpark to do this project. And that's just one axle. We're not gonna do the other axle because there's no seal leaking and the brakes are fine. So we said, for that much money, we can buy a lot of bearings and a lot of seals and attempt this ourselves. So right now he's hitting the race in for a new bearing. And then the thing is, to do this yourselves, you need a special tool to compress the O-ring. Because the camera's not gonna, right here, it's kind of like maybe a millimeter of a lip. I'm going metric here. I don't know, like a 1/16 of an inch. It's a lip right here. And it has the same lip right here. So you gotta compress it to get it to pop in there. And then you have a second one of these right here. So there's two seals, they butt up to each other. Same things. We've never seen a seal style like this. But that's how this works. So you're supposed to get a special tool to compress it. So that's why they said they were gonna have to do it. We could actually buy the tool, we found out. So if we can't get it, we might buy the tool, because if that's the only thing that's struggling.
I didn't know
Yeah, Christoph just found out. We would have already bought the tool, because if that's the only thing that's hard about this, we have 3 other axles we'd have to do someday, because if one seal goes, eventually the rest will. But we're only going to do the one.
It's not a lot of work to pull the axle off, actually. It's only 4 bolts and 4 bolts on the drive shaft and 1 hose, so it's not a big job to pull it.
So we're just going to do the one to see how it works for us, since we're doing it. And if it does blow, then we can send the whole thing down and to clearly screw something up. Or we're going to at least attempt. So this is how this is going. Christoph's using the old race to really beat it in there.
Oil.
Christoph, he's the man, the myth. He's not a legend, but he's the other things. So, he got this one on. They told us it was instructed not to get him oiled up. So he did the next best thing, and he lubed it up with window cleaner, because that's not oil. So he bypassed their...
Hey, honestly, if we mess up, you can buy a lot of these kits
That's what we said.
for the
So he actually got this on pretty easily, and they said we need a special tool. So what he did is where is the old Eli coming in clutch again? We bought some Napa Special window cleaner. He got our old Juicy.
Juicy, Jesus.
It's a 4-finger job.
I got the other one myself. I just used a wrench.
You can see he's done these a time or two.
No, it's my first time.
I was just saying with your fingers. And...
You gotta take kids.
You gotta do that again.
So you gotta keep it on that lip ring, and then you gotta pop it on the one I was showing earlier.
I gotta get a screwdriver. Well, I guess I got
But he doesn't want to cut it.
No, you don't hold
Yeah, I'll hold this.
The other one was easy, it was us just pushing down.
I mean, we could flip this so it sits like that. This is real time, not gonna be edited.
I know.
Just go live.
I can't. I don't think I could let swearing.
I don't
be
think
live.
you could. I don't think we have the service right now. You used to have good service.
And then that stupid windstorm came through, and our service is dog shit. So if Verizon's listening, fix it.
Honestly, there just has to be enough complaints in this area, and they'll
Everybody in our area, go complain. We already have.
Maybe we do gotta flip so I can, so it'll stay. This fuck is not going in.
There's the first F-bomb of the video.
I'm sure it's the first one.
I
don't think I swore much yet.
He only swears when someone's around, I found out.
No.
If he goes and records by himself, it's a fraction.
Is it?
It's a fraction
I
of
try
it.
to not get mad.
So what are you mad because
So he's only mad because we're around.
No,
Dickhead.
Yeah.
You got it?
I think so.
She's almost. She's in.
Yeah.
So that's on. Christoph beat the race on for the inside.
Jack.
We have a mess here, but you know, someday we'll get to cleaning it up. By someday, I mean probably almost never, because when we clean it, it gets it gets dirty again within a couple days.
Oh, that's what's
So
going
he's cleaning out any of the foreign material. And Christoph, you want to smile for the cover picture?
I'm gonna say something, but I'm not gonna.
Wait.
Huh? I'm not gonna say it.
Christoph's getting this all cleaned up. Is this Christoph, is this a gasket or a gasket maker?
I think you just put gasket on it. There was nothing on it. There was no gasket on it.
Okay.
Just a gasket maker.
So we'll put some gasket maker on it. You're gonna put the diff back in, which is that.
I don't know if I have. I gotta look for a guy here. I don't know if I should have gasked it.
While he's working on that, I'm gonna work on the 60 for a minute. So I got these right here. One of them go on both sides. So she's a little wallered out. Should get a new seat for it. We got our makeshift heater. It's actually quite nice for the winter because we put some plexiglass on it, and when it was negative out, at least it kept it somewhat warm. But anyways, the part I'm replacing is right in here. We put some washers in to get by till the piece came in, but that ball right there would almost pop all the way out, and when it was popping out, it would change the linkage length, and the skid steer was driving about half as fast as it should. And this is just a single speed, so it would only drive like 3 miles an hour, 4 miles an hour. So we put washers in to tighten it a little bit, and it got us by till the parts came. So we'll get those put in, and it'll be good. I'll show you, this is the old one. That right there, you got Christoph cursing up a storm in the background. This is the new one. She's never been used. Tight. So, I just gotta put it back in here, and it gets mounted with a bolt that holds on there, and that'll hold this. And then, you know, it's almost nice when that shit gets ripped off for working on it, but we'll do the same in here and get that fixed. So I got this one in. It's just this bolt here and here, and then you can kind of twist it and get it out in the front. But this is all we have for play now. 30. And then this is the left. Loosey goosey. Get that fixed up.
Slow. Got my hand in there. Yep, good.
Alrighty. My camera person isn't going to be a monitor. Going to be a moderator. Is that the right word?
Okay.
So Christoph and Ferdy are slapping the axle in.
We gotta beat that.
And then you see we put that seal in, and then the same thing goes on this side, and they just compress to each other. So you
Surprised they don't fucking wear out.
So that's, you can see them. They're the exact same thing on both sides. But the was it the outside or inside one that popped out?
Inside. That was bad.
Because I think the outside one keeps dirt from going in, and the inside one keeps oil from coming out. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You gotta feed it in.
Oh, I gotta hold it up, so.
That's.
We'll have to have our.
cameraman, come on, man, I can't.
I don't know.
Unless we make something to hold this axle on.
In?
Ratchet strap.
Another
Hook
one?
it to this bolt and go around and hook it to that bolt and just crank it together.
I got one on my chop on the phone line.
So we got a ratchet strap on here,
Lift it.
and that is gonna compress those, well, basically O-rings. That's what they are. Huge O-rings.
Yeah.
You think that slap right there meant it ain't going nowheres?
There's no in this strap.
No, you gotta go more because the bottom has a bunch of gaps still.
I got lightness hang on.
Oh, there we go. Now you got it. He's taken, the reason we had to compress it is because we had to get it in enough to beat the bearing on.
It's going slowly.
You know what you could have done? Heated it with the torch. It would have expanded it just a little.
We're way too slow for that.
So that's what he's doing right now. So Christoph is very delicately doing this so he doesn't smash the threads. That's our
It's not that bad. I'm gonna try to not.
That's our priority, is not to, because the threads here, right there, is what's gonna hold it from popping right off. Christoph said that sucker was barely on there,
It's not very tight. It wasn't very tight.
so
Is there a locker on this?
Yeah.
I'm guessing it
I
has,
was trying to figure out how it stayed locked. Nothing keeps it locked.
guessing it has a torque spec.
Oh, it just slides on. It just stays on there.
So it's a special nut.
Yes.
It has one flat spot,
That must be the locker for the.
and the flat spot sits on the differential right here, and that spins, the differential spins with the axle, so it could never loosen up. That's how they did it. So you have to line that up perfectly with the diff when you're slapping it together. So Christoph said he basically tapped it
Once and it popped
a
apart.
little baby tap, and then he finger rolled it right off. It wasn't bad at all. and not like there was a bunch of pressure on
What's
it.
the torque spec though?
Guten tight.
One tap. No, just one tap tight.
Come on, that was fun.
I'm just gonna.
So Christos got her beat kind of tight. Honestly, we have no clue what to tighten it to.
I'm gonna just loosen it and tighten it up a little bit more.
So he's
It was not bad.
gonna compress it pretty hard, and then maybe back it off a little. That might be right. We're not really sure, but we're gonna aim for making it look the same as the other side. That is our repair task.
No, it's not.
So you can kind of see on this side there's a gap too, but that's because it needs to.
Wouldn't have been too bad because I did the same amount of pretty much.
Look at that.
Tighten it up a little bit and then we call it good.
And in next week's video, the loader's back in the shop.
No, I will show it.
Honestly, I don't think we've done that too many times.
No.
Only our feeding tractor.
Yeah, the feeding tractor is still broken. But it's not that I haven't showed it, it's just because we haven't got back into the shop with it because
Yeah, I think we're good.
he hasn't came yet.
Well,
So when that comes back in the shop, I will record it. It's not like I'm dollying around it. We just haven't got it back in. So this is ready to put the brakes on, put the diff in,
well, yeah, that's gonna go in there. I just gotta line it up so it's in the same spot.
and we right here just made, we're saving money right now.
Right? That means we can talk for 2 minutes.
Yep. You know what that means? Christop's gonna celebrate with, you know, an ice cold
Dude.
Mountain Dew.
If there's any sponsorship that guy wants, it's a Mountain Dew sponsorship.
That would be all he needs. If
No, for a second I thought it looked like the old bang, but it's the right one.
you thought you put the old bearing back in?
I thought for a second if you look at it. But it's the good one. It's the new one. The old one is over there on the torch tanks.
And there's one on the ground.
Yes. All right, so I got this done. Now, when we operate this thing, and you go to dump, your damn hand isn't gonna bang. Oh, I just did it, but when you shake the bucket up, well, that's lifting, but when you shake it, your hand is not gonna hit the cage anymore. She's a lot tighter. There's no more twisting, even though you never twist, but H pattern controls. So, anyways, that's it for tonight. Probably not gonna end the video because we'll end the video with finishing this project. Well, it's the next morning and we just got the diff in. So I showed you earlier in the video it had a flat spot, so it took like 2 tries, but we lined that up with the diff right there, and that should keep the nut from loosening up because that spins with the axle and everything, so that's kind of the locking mechanism for that bolt,
But I'm not.
or for the nut that keeps the axle from sliding out. Now Christoph has to snap on a snap ring, and that is, does that keep the diff in there?
Yes. Ouch.
He had to buy a new plier because we didn't have one anymore because ours got
Wow, we
broke.
broke it.
We're very good at that. Okay, so Christoph's got it siliconed up right there,
Oh, you do a little bit more.
and it's gonna get slid together now. We're using our hoist.
What's a hoist?
This right here is a hoist. Probably have to turn the axle a little.
Yeah, you must spin it.
Oh, we're spinning the other one.
Huh? No, we're not.
Well, you should spin the other one.
Yeah.
There.
She goes. Okay, stop. We gotta
Might spin it a little
right
bit.
there.
Basically, slap that together, get the thread started, tighten it.
Push a little
It
more.
should be good.
Oh.
That slipped right together after we got all these bolts started. Gotta,
Tighten it.
we have to finish putting them all around because there's a lot. We'll tighten that down, and then we have to change some U-joints.
Put some oil in it. See if it leaks. I'm gonna be pissed if it just runs out. Personally.
That would suck. Can you put some in right here?
Yeah, that's where you fill it. And then you have the level gauge on the side.
Okay.
Nobody's. Oh, I was gonna say, why is this side not spinning? But I realized the tire is on it.
It's early in the morning, apparently.
Differential in there.
So that's how this is going. I got one hose. I got to tear apart the cab because it's leaking on the emergency shutoff lever.
All right, this is proof that we are putting oil in it. So if it does leak, it will leak.
Oh, I ain't having my.
That is how it works,
Put
yes.
under there.
Right, Marcos? Right? Well, if you don't put nothing in it,
It won't leak.
and it'll never leak, that means we did a good job.
That's true.
Right, Marcos? Nothing else to say?
Camera shy?
A little bit.
Alright, so we got the hose back in it. I guess I forgot to record. It was pretty simple. I just closed it all up. Marcus and I actually got this. He had this tire, I had this one in the jack, and we pushed it right up too. We're lined up pretty well. I actually wasn't around for taking it out, so but I'm gonna drop the bucket down.
Well, put the
So
pointy end on the ground.
well, yeah, so I'm gonna put the bucket down, pick up the front end, take these two jacks out because they're in the way, slide it underneath, and then we'll just drop it down, line the bolt up, tighten it up, and then all we gotta do is put this hose on for the brakes and the yoke. And I think that's really it, and tighten up these 8 bolts, and I think we should be set.
Then
It's not leaking any oil still, so, and we do gotta bleed it right here. Both sides, there's a bleed port.
this
Yep, that's a bleed port. So
this one too.
nope, not that one, but this one and this one for each brake to get the air out.
So you're supposed to put grease in it.
No, so what you do is you open it up a little bit, and then you push your brakes, and then you keep pushing your brakes. You pump them until you have all the air out. You'll see like air and oil coming out, and then once you see just oil coming out, you hold the brakes, tighten it up, and then this side's good. I'm guessing you probably want to do one at a time, and that way your brakes are good.
Yeah.
You didn't know that? Now you do. You want to just watch this, Marcus, when I let it down? Not that I hit the jack. Okay, thanks. Low down. Back, pull yours backwards. You went too fast. Okay. You gotta go slow. Okay. Gotta find these bolts. Here you go. Ready. Second. So they're not. I just want to clean them a little bit. I just want to get it started enough to where if I let it down, I don't
Lose the whole.
Well, I don't want to break the threads because the threads are in the casting, so
Drill.
I don't want to break anything.
Makes sense. Wait, do we actually need that on there? We don't use any hydraulics except the bucket.
No, we will at some point. We want to fix the disconnect and then get a set of forks for it at some point. So we want to keep everything there. Yep. All right, so I'm gonna let it down. Just watch it.
Birdie's just letting the bucket down. Well, up. Yeah.
All right, is it there?
Yep.
Alrighty.
Go get.
So they're all lined up. We'll just clean the bolts off a little bit before we put them back in. Maybe put some never sees on them, that way if we ever have to do this side or do it again, they'll come off without having to heat them up maybe. Right, Marcus?
These things up.
Well, Daddy did right there. So, alright. Got the first one cleaned up. We'll just get this one started.
I'm surprised, Freddie.
What are you surprised about?
Surprised that there's still yellow paint on this.
Really?
Yeah.
It started.
Oh, definitely got a cut.
Alrighty, so I'll get that one tightened down a little bit. Marcus is cleaning them a bit. Put some never sees on all these, and then we'll be done with this project.
So, Christoph and me were busy. We were doing some stuff at the heifer barn. So Ferdy was doing this alone.
I had Marcus.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Had one.
He had to do a hose, and then he got this done. You guys saw. But we're back, and he's putting these bolts in.
This
You have one here.
I gotta take that one off still.
Never sees it.
Never sees it, and is there three over there or just two? Cause I was missing one. I
I
thought.
only see two. So we'll have to find the last one, or yeah, there was definitely all of them there. We'll have to find that, and then we have to do the rear drive shaft. We have all the parts for that.
Still connect the front drive shaft and the hose.
Yep.
So that's really it.
Wait, shut it off a second. I gotta clean this this thing out. So, fuck, it's nasty. Fuck, it's covered. Yes, maybe we don't need to. Okay, start it up again. Whoa. Oh! Start it off! Yeah, jeez.
Jesus, squirter!
I think. So we got another problem here.
Well, I pushed the brake.
Oh!
Yeah, but even when you just started it,
Alright, unless you have, it started
wait a
not
second.
push the brakes.
What? Do you have a parking brake on?
No, isn't that separate?
Oh, that's separate. Okay.
Start it up. Yeah.
Get your head out of it.
Yeah. Not bad now. Okay, push up. That's not bad. No more air. Fast with his fingers, right? Look at that grin. Maybe lightly. Whoa!
Now we on oil.
I was barely pushing them.
Were ya?
That was like just enough to feel it.
Okay, try it again. And I'll tighten it up. Yeah. Okay.
Ferdy and me are gonna go pull taps now, and Christoph is gonna finish this video with this project. He's gotta do the rear drive shaft. He's tightening a hose because the lifting had a hose blow a while ago, and every time you raised it, it had a delay. So we're trying to get the air out of the system. But I think I gotta bleed it up front here again on the little ones where the valve bank is, because we bled them there that last time and it fixed it, so we'll have to do it again. But that's how it's going. Well, we finished pulling taps today, so that's all done. And then Christoph, I said was gonna finish recording the project. He did not. He completely forgot. So he bled the lifting hoses by the valve bank. A bunch of air came out. Now this sucker works exactly how it's supposed to. Instant responses, so that's good. The seal's still not leaking. We did drive it only a little bit ahead, but she was coating this tire with oil, so that is good. and we're gonna see how this goes. And we'll know tomorrow morning if it leaks or not. If so, we about saved ourselves $6-something thousand, because it was like $500 something, $500 or $600 total for those parts in there. But I think we spent like $1,000 something on total parts, because we had to buy some U-joints for that parts in the drive shaft underneath in the back. But he also put that on because we have that. But yeah, so I'm gonna say we saved ourselves like $6 grand, which is a lot for something that they wanted us to take it down there to fix, and they were gonna do it for almost $7 grand. I just don't think that's right to try forcing that much price to do this job, because it's not that complicated. That's just our thoughts, right, Christoph? They shouldn't have tried forcing us $7 grand to fix that.
Wow, I was gonna pay it.
We just weren't gonna pay that, so we decided to risk it for the biscuit.
Yeah.
It's just not right that that's how much they're
I
charging.
think it was 2.5 hours. Because we would have taken it off the machine anyway. We would have took the tires off, and all they would have done is split it and pull the axle. So it was about 2.5, maybe 3 hours to split it. I mean, and put it back together. So
The parts were like
8 hours. 8 hours for $7,000. That's.
it's not right.
I mean, they said they were gonna do both sides, but I don't know.
If they would have said $3 grand,
Yeah.
that would have made more sense, especially since we were doing the bulk of this work, like taking it all the way off. But I don't know, it just doesn't seem right to us that that's what stuff's getting charged for now. So we hopefully saved ourselves a lot of money.
Or
We
didn't.
didn't, and we'll see how it runs in the morning. But
I think it was $400 something.
oh, I thought it was $500-600.
It's $500. It could be $500 for all of it. We did do other
We
stuff.
spent $1,000 kind of in total with all of it, I was saying, by the back stuff.
Yeah, with the back. But that had nothing to do with the front.
Yeah. But yeah, so thanks for watching. Till the next
Have a
one.
Merry Christmas.
Have a Merry Christmas. A couple months off there.